Waiting for people to come into the room. This is part 2. Let me check the audio. Test. Boom. Okay. I'll catch the West Coast and the Midwest, but sorry, the East Coast and the Midwest, but not a Sunday morning in California at 9:30. Okay. I'm gonna wait for a couple people to come into the room. God, this shirt is getting so loose. Okay, I guess it's a solitary endeavor. Hey, if you're watching this, later, this is part 2 of whatever comes out. I set a 90-day deadline, so I don't do timeless readings. Timeless readings are BS, okay? In terms of, measuring, hello everybody, welcome, measuring accuracy, timeless readings aren't any good, nor collector readings. So we're doing, if you haven't seen Aries through Libra, the part 1 is posted on my homepage, excuse me. So I'm doing part 2. So we're using the same decks as before. This is the primary. We're doing a Celtic cross. For clarification, the Wizard of Oz deck, which I love. If the clarifiers need clarifying, the Astro Tarot. And for advice or ultimate outcome, mostly ultimate outcome, unless I see something weird, Beetlejuice. Please like, share, and subscribe, and it helps boost the channel. I also welcome everybody. Do I have any clients or regulars here? That would be awesome to know. I thank you. So I know that I don't think I've I don't think there's like hype. I think I'm supposed to, I'll do that next time. Okay. Thank you so much for being here. So we're going to begin with Sagittarius, where we left off. I'm going to do the Celtic cross spread. So it's a very in-depth reading. Some light. Okay. Monkey, baby, stop. Okay, let us begin. Welcome, early birds. It is 6:30 in the morning where I'm at. What's coming for Sagittarius in the next 90 days? What's coming for Sagittarius in the next 90 days? What's coming up for Sagittarius in the next 90 days? What's coming up for Sagittarius in the next 90 days? Ooh, tinglies. So my fingers tingle, or my spirit guide tells me to stop when my fingers tingle when it's time to quit. That's my signal to quit shuffling. There's your central. Beautiful cards. Your central is the Queen of Wands. Confidence, beauty. This is your energy most definitely. And this is what's in the upright is the best aspect of yourself. The positive aspects. beautiful, confident, a go-getter, right? Don't take any guff from anybody. In your challenge position, it's someone who presents like an air sign. And this doesn't have to necessarily be the sun sign, although it's a good indicator. Monkey! Sorry, my cat is running back and forth, and I have neighbors downstairs, so I don't want to disturb them at 6:30 in the morning. At any rate, they don't necessarily have to be an air sign. It could be that they're sitting in their moon sign, right? The sun sign is what you present to the world. Your moon sign is your more private stuff that you show family, friends, you know. Now, 2 queens is a tarot cluster. Cluster means enjoyable gossip because they're both in the upright, right? But this is your challenge. If this is not a person, this is the challenge, is to be logical, meticulous, detail-oriented, dot your I's, cross your T's, right? The influence from the past that's going to influence your month is the 6 of Wands, but in reverse. So I don't know if you felt some kind of sense of defeat. And it's a strange deck because, I mean, it's not strange, but it's different. It's this different 6 of Wands. The person who's won the battle, or the general, they bring the head of whoever they were victorious over, like in a bubble or something, right? Maybe you didn't win an important battle in the past or recent past, and you're sort of carrying, the energy is carried over, this energy of feeling defeated or not successful is carrying over in the next 90 days. It's influence. You're going to keep it on your mind because it's most recent, right? In your near future, should you do nothing, is the Fool in reverse. Now, in the upright, the Fool has come out of the cave after being almost like a hermit in the cave, right? And it comes out as they're blinded by the sunlight, and so there's a danger of walking off a cliff. In this deck, the person is seated on the cliff, so is someone who's willing to take risks and all that. You've got it in reverse. So this is a warning in the near future not to take a wrong step, okay? Or a false step, or don't believe in false starts or new beginnings. Now, in your conscious mind, you have this 4 of Pentacles. Now you can see through the window, there's all these riches and treasures behind this locked, chained door. Monkey, no. Sorry. It's also, you know, not sharing, hoarding. Mostly Pentacles, but you could be hoarding something else that you're distracting yourself with money over. Like if you have emotional problems. I'm not saying you do. Monkey! I'm not saying you do, but this might be avoidance. So you're putting something under lock and key because you don't want to think about it. Is a possibility. We're going to have to clarify, right? Wow, I lost all 3 people there. Excuse me for a moment. Just being naughty. Okay. But also, this is my shelter in place card. It's my lockdown card. So this is going to be in your mind. I'm hoping it's not that. In your subconscious, which you're not going to be conscious of until I say it right now, I don't know if you feel if you're procrastinating, but your subconscious is like, no, you have to make a move. You have the Knight of Wands in your subconscious. Something inside you, in your consciousness, your subconsciousness rather, is prompting you to take action. Maybe you don't know what that action is, right? And maybe that's why the Fool in reverse in the near future. Other people's influences on you in the next 90 days. The Empress in reverse. Here it is in the upright. See how pampered she looks? Now, an Empress in reverse, it has so the Emperor and the Empress have like a people quality, even though they're not court cards. Okay, they're trumps, right? But if this were to symbolize someone, because this is other people's influence on you position, you have someone who's either male or female, because the opposite of an Empress is an Emperor, so it could be a male, but it's most likely female, who is ruthless, dogmatic, stubborn, doesn't want to see, puts up obstacles in front of you, that kind of thing, right? Now, your energy you're going to be sitting in. Now, the energy you're going to be sitting in is the King of Pentacles. You're going to remain grounded. You might bring out, if you're female, you would sit more in a masculine energy or adopt a masculine energy. But you're going to be generous, and you're going to be focused on your money or income, right? But you're generous. That's like the key phrase for that king. Your hopes, dreams, and fears. Not to get bad news. Maybe you don't want someone or a group to invite you to something, or you just don't want, you're rushing, so you don't want to like learn something new, right? But the most prominent one of those interpretations is that you don't want to get any bad news, possibly because you've just gone through a Six of Wands in reverse situation. Now, your outcome, should you do nothing, right, is the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. Here it is in the upright. Now, I'm going to show it to you in the upright, right, so you can connect with the art on the card. This person is procrastinating. They're not really fantasizing either. They have ideas bubbling in their head that's alchemizing. And this is a person who's thinking about investing in something, an idea or a group or something. But you had it in reverse. So remember, tarot readings describe fates, not destiny. Okay? You can change outcomes, and that's why you get tarot readings, to see what energies are around you. Right? And no, not one person can claim this reading. All Sagittariuses will be experiencing some variation. I don't mean differences. I mean some different intensities of this storyline. You're hoarding or not sharing money, especially, but it could be anything. You just came out of a period, however long or short, of a feeling of defeatedness. There's like an overwhelming feeling of procrastination, and you're being prompted or poked with a stick by your subconscious going, hey, and this would manifest as like worry, like, oh my God, I gotta do that thing, and oh, I just want to like rest, or you do anything but, right? You wash dishes or whatever it is. All Sagittarius will experience a feeling of being on the cusp of a brand new beginning, right? A new chapter or a new cycle. You have an Empress in reverse in your sphere, but despite that, you're very grounded and you're thinking about money, right? Mostly, or home, I want to say. Okay. Let us clarify. So let's clarify the outcome. There's no need to wait. But it is the quintessential waiting card, okay? You could be waiting until you've alchemized your ideas from start to finish. Because there is a challenge of crossing your T's and dotting your I's, right? But that is a gestation card, okay? Hello, welcome. What does the Seven of Pentacles in reverse mean for Sagittarius in the next 90 days? What does the Seven of Pentacles in reverse mean for Sagittarius in the next 90 days? What does the Seven of Pentacles in reverse mean for Sagittarius in the next 90 days? One more. Hello, everybody. I'm really loving this Wizard of Oz deck. It feels very intuitive. So your outcome, we're going to be the first, we're going to clarify this first. Okay. What are you waiting on investing in? Or what are you waiting on harvesting? Here you have the King of Cups in reverse. Are you trying to decide whether you want a water sign or a King of Cups like person, right? Remember, he wanted a new heart. Now, 2 kings as a tarot cluster mean business cooperative, so this may be a work reading, okay? But the King of Cups in reverse is someone who's either not showing emotions, if it's a person, and 8 times out of 10 for me, after 35 years of reading, is a person, right? But either doesn't show emotions or feel they can't show emotions because they're not connected to their heart, right? Like the Tin Man. Maybe you're waiting on a water sign to come to you. I don't know if this is a secret crush or love affair or what. If we get the Lover's card in reverse, then it is a love affair. But there's mystery. You're trying to figure out what the future holds with a water sign. There's a lot of cards. And here you have the Page of Spears in reverse. If you're wondering if this person is thinking about you, this kind of indicates that they're not. But we're going to clarify the clarifier. And you're the first sign that we're going to do that with. Because remember, this is part 2. We're going to clarify with the Astro Tarot. Well, the book's still in here. Oh, it's not even opened. Okay, we can't do that. I don't want to have to wash that. So I'm going to use the Beetlejuice deck to go ahead and clarify for you. So I want to know if the Page of Spears, which is in this deck a flying monkey, right? This may be an unusual situation for you, one that you've never encountered before. What does this Page of Spears in reverse mean for Sagittarius? Another thing that I got is like you're not willing to watch somebody, or a air sign, or you're not willing to, you're not willing to help a water sign watch somebody. I don't know, it's kind of a weird thing that popped into my head. What's this Page of Spears in reverse? What's this Page of Spears in reverse for Sagittarius? Or vice versa. I don't know why you wouldn't just watch somebody yourself, but whatever. Maybe you're busy. Three of Cups. It's kind of interesting that there's only two people here. It looks like. Oh no, there's three. It's just the third person is hidden. They're right behind here, but you see their place setting. But this is a reunion card, okay? I don't know if somebody wants you to watch somebody else. A water sign wants you to watch somebody else to see if they go dating. I don't know, it's kind of a weird... There's like a PI aspect to it. It's kind of strange. Okay. And put those back in the deck, and then we're going to clarify, are you on the cusp of a brand new beginning after a cycle change or a chapter change, or is this a warning to watch your step, right? What's this Fool card in reverse mean for Sagittarius in the near future? What's this Fool card in reverse mean for Sagittarius in the near future? What's this Fool card in reverse mean for Sagittarius in the near future? What's this Fool card in reverse mean for Sagittarius in the near future? Thank you for being with me here. I'm sorry it's so early. I didn't sleep at all last night. I took my sleeping pills like I usually do, and I just couldn't sleep. Seven of Cups in the upright. I think you're trying to make plans for the future, just in general. And you're looking into the crystal ball. Or maybe you're... I don't know. It's just, I feel like somebody's asking you, or you're asking someone to watch somebody for romantic purposes. And then the Page of Wands in the upright. Now in the Wizard of Oz tarot, this is when this started the tornado and the beginning of her journey, right? A journey of self-discovery, a journey of finding out. Because remember, in the Wizard of Oz, Dorothy was kind of humdrum about her life. You know, somewhere over the rainbow, there'd be a better world, right? In the next 90 days, you may come to the realization that you are in control of your fate and destiny. And you're going to regain control. Because you're being prompted by your subconscious to do so. I think it was positive. Now, who is this person putting up blocks in front of you, or being bossy or something, or telling you what to do, which is not the same thing. They could be a mother figure. Since in the reverse, it could be a dude as well, right? Someone who's domineering, right? Wants to control you in some way. What does this Empress card in reverse mean for Sagittarius? What's this Empress card in reverse mean for Sagittarius in the next 90 days? What's this Empress card in reverse mean for Sagittarius in the next 90 days? Ten of Wands in the upright. Someone's, I mean, so this is completion. Nines are an ending. Tens are completion. You're coming to the end of a chapter, or someone's trying to cause an ending, right? You see how the Cowardly Lion is afraid of catching the spears or collecting the spears. You might be trying to avoid an ending by making plans or alternate plans, it looks like. Now in the upright, the Ten of Wands is a burden worth carrying. You believe in the journey, and you can see the light at the end of the tunnel, and you can see your destination, right? You're trying to, again, the procrastination energy, right? But maybe it's because someone keeps giving you duties, that overwhelming you with duties, possibly, right? Overwhelming you with communications because they're toxic. Now, they're not toxic in the narcissistic sense. They believe they're doing the right thing. Like, this, whoever it was, this person who was kind of like the bully of the farm community, right? A Karen, basically. Now you have 3 kings, which is a group of powerful, wealthy men as a tarot cluster, okay? She could be a supervisor, or he could be a supervisor, and, they're getting it from their boss, so they're going to pass and delegate to you, or it's a neighborhood thing, right? It feels organized. Now here you have the King of Brooms, the King of Wands. They're well-intentioned. They're not overwhelming you for the sake of overwhelming you. I have to let my cat out, sorry. Are you going to be a good boy? You be a good boy, baby, good boy. At the beginning of the broadcast, my cat was zooming, and it was like making me crazy. They're not overwhelming you with communications or tasks or actions, calls to actions, just for the sake of doing that. They're well-intentioned, but they're doing it in such a way the delivery is not optimal, I want to say. They're bossy. Okay, let's get ultimate outcomes. Now I put the 2 cards back in this deck, so with that we can have, let's see if they come out again. What's the ultimate outcome for Sagittarius in the next 90 days? What's the ultimate outcome for Sagittarius in terms of this reading at the end of 90 days? What's the ultimate outcome for Sagittarius at the end of 90 days in regards to this reading? Judgment, a second chance, a feeling of ascension or overcoming. So it's really timely that this particular card comes out. You'll feel like you've done a good job at the end of it. And look at this again. But remember, in some decks this is attenuated. Here you see the entrance to like a fun house, right? At a carnival or something, or fair. And I think at the end, after you decide or get things done, that your energy levels will go up, your confidence will go up. I don't think you're lacking in that area. There's enjoyable gossip, so people might be talking about the quality of your output. But I mean, this is, you know, the entrance to the funhouse is called Dante's Inferno, right? So there may be at least 7 circles of hell you have to go through in order to get to this, ascend from purgatory to heaven, right? It's a positive outcome, for sure. It looks messy, but I think it'll be okay. Okay, now let's move on to Capricorns. I am really digging this Wizard of Oz deck. It's really well done. It's intuitive. It makes sense, you know. It seems like it's, you know, inspired in a good way. Okay, let's move on to Capricorns. What's coming up for Capricorns in the next 90 days? What's coming up for Capricorns in the next 90 days? What's coming for Capricorns in the next 90 days? What's coming for Capricorns in the next 90 days? What's coming for Capricorns in the next 90 days? So I don't, if you're new here, I don't randomly cut. The cards kind of change light quality, so it tells me where in the deck to pull. Your central is the Star in reverse. I would feel better if this was in the upright, Capricorns. But you know, we are reading on an eclipse day, so maybe I mean, this is a 90-day reading. Here it is in the upright. Now, the star card for me is not only Aquarius, but Cancer and Pisces for me as well. You know, each reader is different, right? But when the star card is in reverse, it could either mean, and we'll clarify, a lack of healing or having your hopes dashed, or you're just dealing with an Aquarius or Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. We'll throw Scorpio in there. I don't know if the challenge is to be learning something new. Okay, this is your challenge. Now, the Hierophant is a teacher, a school, institution, corporation, you know, because so this could be either a classroom setting or just a training, like a professional training setting. Your challenge is an institution of some kind or training of some kind, okay? Now, the element of the past that's going to influence you in the next 90 days is a 6 of Swords in reverse. Now, the 6 of Swords in the upright, and you can see there's movement, right? It's like they're driving away, like speeding away from a situation that's turbulent, right? Moving from rough waters to smooth waters. You had it in reverse. Remember, this is going to turn upright, right? But at the time of this reading, and it is an eclipse, keep that in mind, there's turbulence. Now, the 6 of Pentacles is related to the Lover's card. The Hierophant is related to the 5s, symbolizing conflict and change, or learning, right? Or battles. Your near future, you have the 6 of Cups in reverse, right? Now, I was drawn to these decks for a reason, trusting completely that I'm being pulled to the decks that will give you the most accurate answer, right, for the group. So the Six of Cups here, usually the Six of Cups is nostalgia or soulmate connection or childhood connection, right? Or childhood event. Here you see somebody mentoring someone, congratulating them for, you know, as a child, their accomplishment. Now, if we get 3 sixes, because this is your second 6, that's attainment of a goal. But in the near future, it's in reverse. So I don't know if you're just lacking nostalgia for the past, like you don't want to think about it, or if you are missing your childhood, or if you're missing an ex who had childlike qualities. In your conscious mind, I don't know, I mean, if you could have a fire sign your age or younger you're thinking about, who maybe isn't speaking to you. But it is over the teacher card, and this is a student card. The pages are students sometimes, right? It just depends on the context. So I don't know if you're just like not wanting training on something, like, ugh. Especially if the 3 of Pentacles in reverse comes out. In your subconscious, which you won't know about until I tell you right now, it's a card we don't speak of. The number 15 card. We don't say the name of this card because we don't want to summon them. Because some of them have that word as their name. Okay? You never ever want to say the name of one of the netherworldly entities, because you can summon them by calling their name. Okay? Or even saying this word, because some of them name themselves that. One of these told me that personally, because I casually used the word in conversation. Okay? Just an FYI. These are not fun to deal with. Not at all. And I've had to deal with them twice. Okay? So, it's in the upright. Subconsciously, there may be a fear of being bound or chained to a situation or someone, or having to take training that you either feel is not necessary, or if it is necessary, you're kind of bummed about it, right? Because maybe you've got a lot on your plate. It feels like a work thing, but it could be a school thing as well. Other people's influences on you, Capricorns. Somebody may be trying to initiate you into a new cycle, which actually is a good thing, okay? It's always good to change cycles. And it's not something you can do, it's always, divine timing is always tied to this. It's out of your control, really. Or somebody may be trying to control your destiny as if they could. The only energy that can control destiny is God. Okay? Destinies can't be changed. Fates can. Okay? Sometimes fates appear as destinies, but they're just fates. Right? Which are driven by mankind's free will. Okay? Your destiny is plotted out for you before you even come back here or come here. Okay? At any rate, someone thinks that they can control your destiny or trying to control destiny. It could be either positive or negative. Or maybe they're stuck in a cycle because this is other people's influence on you. And they're kind of dragging you down with a ship. Your energy, the energy you're going to be sitting in the next 90 days. I don't know if you're just not focused on love or romance. Here you have the Knight of Cups. Now in this deck, they're not holding the cup. It's there in the foreground, like somebody put it out and go, okay, you choose. Which is supremely unattractive, you know? Like, what do you want to do? Or can I hold your hand? I mean, especially if you're a woman, you know. It's in reverse. When I look at the other cards, I don't know if you're just not wanting somebody from the past and you're hoping that they don't reach out, right? Because you're not nostalgic. And it was, you know, too much waiting, or it was turbulent. Maybe the Hierophant symbolizes here, because this could mean a church as well. A return to, or back to basics. You know, what is your core morality scale, right? Hopes, dreams, and fears. The Eight of Wands in reverse. If you don't want to talk to somebody, like you just want them out of your life, and maybe they're wanting to keep you stuck in a cycle with them, because you're clearly not offering love, right? Or not being receptive to love, or a water sign. But here, now, this could mean, Eight of Wands could mean online dating, but messages coming in fast and furious when it's in the upright. Now, if you're watching this and you're going, this is just like my work situation, sometimes it's sending out resume, but in the reverse, which you've got it, this is your hopes, dreams, and fears. So this isn't real. This is either you're hoping for something or fearing it, right? You fear, if it's a work situation, you fear getting laid off or fired. If this is a romantic situation, you're dreading someone who constantly bombards you with messages, right? And who you're blocking. Your outcome, should you do nothing, like if you just allow this to happen and just stay in bed for the next 90 days, this is the outcome, okay? So every little task or action on your part can change this, okay? Which is the main idea. Four of Cups in the upright. I think you're... So Four of Cups is like not taking offers. And I think there's somebody you don't want to see, hear from. Maybe you had to learn, maybe the challenge is because your hopes were dashed, that whether it's work or love or family or health or whatever it is, right? Your challenge is to learn from the situation as a student, even though you don't want to, right? Because you don't want to be bound. You are actively, according to this reading, actively trying to improve your life, improve your state of being, cutting out, especially in the month of eclipses, right? Cutting out people who don't serve you. And I don't mean like they're your minion, okay? They don't serve a purpose in your life anymore. Their job is done, okay? Or the lesson was learned, or you taught the lesson, right? But someone's trying to keep you, because this is right across from each other on the Celtic cross. They're right across. So someone's trying to keep you pinned in, and subconsciously you know this, but consciously you're like, okay, well, I'm just not going to talk to this person. This is a silent treatment card, especially if, because I'm going to clarify that, especially if the Magician card comes out in the reverse in clarification. Okay? So let's clarify with the Wizard of Oz deck. I'm going to clarify the Page of Wands in reverse first. What's this Page of Wands in reverse mean for Capricorns in the next 90 days in regards to this reading? What does this Page of Wands in reverse mean for Capricorns in regards to this reading? Knights of Wands in reverse. Now you have, do you have another knight? You do. So 2 knights as a tarot cluster mean meeting old friends. Okay. But this, you know, here's like the general flying monkey, right? And their purpose is toxic. They're a follower, not a leader, you know. We're clarifying the page. You're hoping not to hear from someone you may view as a player or have viewed as a player who pretends that they have more importance or thinks that they have more importance than they actually do or value. Yeah, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. We're clarifying the Page of Wands in your consciousness position, right? You are not wanting a new beginning or to build a legacy with somebody. So you're actively blocking them. And you're focused on your money, apparently. Or your income. Hello? Now let's clarify the 4 of Cups. This could be boredom, apathy, unmotivation, if that's a word. Or rejection. Okay? I feel like it's your energy. It looks like you just went through or are still reeling from a defeat in a work matter or a love matter. And you're just like, I don't want to deal. That was messy. So let's clarify, because it can mean boredom, can mean multiple things. So let's clarify. What does that mean? Please clarify the meaning of this 4 of Cups in the upright for Capricorns in the next 90 days. Please clarify this 4 of Cups in the upright for Capricorns and their outcome in the next 90 days in regards to this reading. Please clarify the meaning of this 4 of Cups in the upright for Capricorn at the end of this 90 days. Boom. King of Cans, which is the King of Cups. I mean, if they're not a water sign, they act like it. And they might be overly emotional or not intense, but possessive. Which is fun when it's, you know, or attractive when you like the person, right? And then the Page of Wands in reverse again. You're actively trying to block a fallout of some kind, a disaster. Now, this is the scene, the King of Cups. This is the scene where he's stuck. It's been raining, so he's all rusty and he can't move. Someone is stuck, but they want you to be stuck with them because they don't want you moving on. Okay? I don't know if you did all the work in this relationship. It seems actually more romantic than work now that we get more cards on the table. It feels ick to me. It feels like a burden. I don't know if you like did all the work in this relationship, right? You know? I feel I kind of spaced out there. My night of sleeplessness is catching up with me. You're trying to block somebody who's a hindrance to you. And it reminds me of that saying, hello everybody. It reminds me of that saying, your partner can either be a wind in your sails or an anchor in your tails. This person is an anchor. And you're blocking it actively. Now, in your near future, you have the Six of Cups in reverse. I think you're doing the right thing. You know, 3/4 of the battle is recognizing that someone is not great for you. You know. This is someone who is not a go-getter. They'll never be a success. And if they are successful, like, you know, leader in their industry or whatever, they won't stay that way. They have too many weirdo energies. And I want to say they're following an old formula for success, like an outdated one. Now, in the emergence of AI, the ongoing emergence, it could be that in the future, not that it doesn't affect you because it looks like you're actively blocking them, but to give an example of what I just said, this person may work in an industry that will eclipse his or her position. They keep coming up as a king. So, you know, they're not always going to be a success, right? If that's important to you. I mean, a true partnership, one that's healthy, is where you're inspiring each other. You're wind in each other's sails, you know? And you're like, meh, right? What does the Six of Cups in reverse mean for Capricorns in the near future in regards to this reading? Three of Bricks. I want to say you're forging or going down a new road. I mean, obviously, I'm saying that because of the imagery. But Three of Wands is even though it's a little bit of an unstable number, it comes right before the Four of Wands. Comes after the Two of Wands, where you made a choice to choose a path, right? It looks like you're not alone. I heard there's success in your future. You're repairing or forging a road for yourself. Now you have 4 kings, I believe. 1, 2, oh no, you have 2 kings, which is a business cooperative. You're taking action. You have a fiery energy. I don't know if something happens or improves in October or November, right? Because you see the pumpkin and the harvest. A King of Wands may get your mind off or help you forge this and get your mind off this water sign. Okay. Since this is your central, Capricorns, I'm going to clarify that. I don't think I can wear this shirt anymore. I think I think it's too big for me. That's nice. Star card in reverse? What does the Star card in reverse mean for Capricorns as a central issue? What does the Star card in reverse mean for Capricorns as a central issue? What does the Star card in reverse mean? The Eight of Brooms in the upright. Now remember, your hopes, dreams, and fears. Repeating cards are important. So 2 eights as a tarot cluster means surprise developments. But your hopes are dashed as essential. Or you're healing. I don't know. I can see Oz is in your eyesight, right? You might be sending out resumes or sending out applications. You're trying to alchemize and remove toxic. See, she's throwing water on the Wicked Witch to melt her. Kill her, really. And you could be dealing with Sagittarius. You're trying to heal a situation by expanding your network or your friend group or your dating pool, something like that. And you're going to be patient while you do it. And you have all the power within you already and the resources within you already to get to your destination that you wish to go. With the Sun, especially in career, because this is a career card for me. That's all new everything. Yeah, you're trying to change a cycle. You feel like it's over. Someone's trying to hold you back and keep you in that cycle, and you're just like, toodles. Okay, let's get ultimate outcomes. Oh no, let's get advice. So it looks like you're doing it, but maybe we can give you an extra strategy, right? What's the advice for Capricorns in regards to this reading? What is the advice for Capricorns in regards to this reading? What is the advice for Capricorns in regards to this reading? Ten of Cups. Now this is the Beetlejuice movie tarot. And this is where they're ghosts. You know, the couple has, I believe, died. And they finally had the place to themselves. They have no responsibilities other than each other because they don't have to work for a living, right? Ten of Cups is like happiness. Focus on the joy and gratitude in your life of the things that you do have. And I don't know if you need to get some input or advice from an older woman specifically. Someone who's now remember in this scene, this is the woman in Beetlejuice that kind of admonishes the Winona Ryder character from, well, didn't you read the book of recently deceased people? You know, like you have all the instructions. Like she seems annoyed, right? You may get advice or tough love advice from a person who's older, specifically a woman. Could be mom, grandma, auntie, some other person who has an age-related authority over you. A matriarch, in other words. And then you have the Page of Pentacles. I think you have 4 pages, which means a group of children, I think. as a tarot cluster. Yeah, groups of young people or students. Someone, because sometimes the Empress can be a benefactor. Someone may help you or give you a lucky break. So I think you have 2 10s. Help you get away from a situation where you were just spinning your wheels and just move or relocate, or yeah. Someone may help you with money to get out of, or get away from this person who's holding you back. And if it's a work situation, bit of tough love. They're gonna give you advice you had, that's like obvious. Well, I mean, if you're unhappy, leave them. Or if they're holding you back, leave them. Like, why are you talking to me about this? The solution is obvious. Like, they're like that. Okay. That's an interesting read. Now we're going to read for Aquarius. Boom. Now, it would be great if somebody timestamp whatever doesn't appear in the AI summary. So a lot of our readers are, some are still timestamping, but if you go under transcripts and then press AI summary, or the chats and AI summary, it'll timestamp. The AI is timestamping the signs, which is amazing. Aquarius. What's coming for Aquarius in the next 90 days? What's coming for Aquarius in the next 90 days? What's coming for Aquarius in the next 90 days? What's coming for Aquarius in the next 90 days? You could be dealing with a player, because I keep thinking of a certain celebrity that's getting a reputation for that. And the only reason I know that, because I don't follow celebrities, it keeps popping up on my TikTok feed when I'm scrolling. Your essential is you either have an expense of money, or you're worrying about an expense of money, or you're worried about paying off debt or bills, or you have an inability to save money. The challenge is, and it's in the upright, is the 2 of Pentacles, which is budgeting your money. Your challenge is budgeting money, Aquarius. In your recent past, which is going to influence you in the next 90 days, is the 8 of Pentacles. Mastering something, getting a job where you learn a new skill, practicing a new skill so you can become a master, or earning more money. So it's in the upright, which is amazing. In the near future, should you do nothing, you're on the cusp of a brand new emotional cycle, or a cycle on, it could be a cycle of an abundance, right? And beauty. Or you have new love about to come in. In your conscious mind, what you'd be thinking about all the time, 10 of Cups. You're thinking all about improving your life. You might even be trying to become wealthy, right? Now, this was in reverse, but I wanted to show you how the Ten of Cups and the Ace of Cups are kind of related. You see the lotus, right? I think it's the lotus. But you want happiness, you want wealth. You may fantasize even about getting married, okay? That's in your conscious mind. You have a big goal in your head. In your subconscious, which you're not conscious of until I tell you right now, Page of Pentacles, you are all about money and income and wealth in Aquarius, okay? And because this is the age of Aquarius, you might have, and it's 11th house, you're ruled by the 11th house, you might find some more success in 11th house networking and a group of friends or acquaintances, but also because the age of Aquarius is all about technology, investing in technology. This is your subconscious, so you may feel that you're about to you're on the cusp of making a breakthrough in money or legacy or wealth. Other people's influences you in the next 90 days. Yeah. You have somebody around you who's either confusing you or wanting you to heal. Okay, so we're going to clarify that first. In your state of being, is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. Now, in the upright, in this deck only, the Wizard's deck, I always think of this as someone asking for entry into a group, right? Your state of being is that you want to be in a certain group of a certain tax bracket. I mean, it's all about building a legacy. Building it or winning it or being given it, right? Hopes, dreams, and fears. You hope that you have answers, divine answers, right? Because sometimes the Hermit is likened to Moses going up on the mount and praying and receiving answers in the forms of laws, meaning the Ten Commandments, laws that will create a structure to a culture or a group so that everybody can be successful and it runs the most smoothly. So the Hermit in reverse is your hopes, dreams, and fears position. You are hoping for the answers you need and the training you need and the knowledge you need to be successful. So you don't have to budget your money. Having a big expense is no big deal, right? And in your outcome, should you do nothing, you have the Temperance card. You're impatient. There will be an impulse to cut corners. Possibly through the use of AI. I wouldn't suggest it. Most people who are wealthy is because they're innovators. They're doing something in a different way that no one's thought of before, and therefore the technique or strategy or platform is sought after because it's different or it fills more of the needs of the intended audience, right? Or demographic. There's an impatience, okay? But that could also mean feeling a lack of protection because you may be forging a new road. And maybe that's why in the near future you have this Ace of Cups in reverse. Because there's uncertainty and because the road hasn't been forged before. Okay, let's clarify. What is this Ace of Cup in reverse mean? Well, no, actually, let's do the Three of Swords because I want to know if someone's trying to confuse you or try to heal you. Okay, with the Three of Swords in reverse. What does this Three of Swords in reverse mean for Aquariuses? In the next 90 days? Please clarify the meaning of this Three of Swords in reverse for Aquariuses in the next 90 days. I see two cards actually. Boom. To clarify the Three of Swords in reverse, you have the Ace of Cups again in reverse. Now, two aces as a tarot cluster mean a new union or partnership. So in between building this legacy, it looks like you have new love or a restart in love, right? But it seems like you have a new lover coming in. They're about to come in. And then you have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Fast moving. Someone's not causing confusion. They're wanting you to heal because they're planning on making an offer of romance. Let's clarify the near future Ace of Cup. What's this Ace of Cup in reverse in the near future mean for Aquariuses in the next 90 days? What does this Ace of Cup in reverse mean for Aquariuses in the near future? Yeah, the Page of Wands in the upright. Someone's waiting. I don't know, this is kind of it's not weird, but it's like selfish. Someone's waiting for the tornado in your life to calm down before they give you an invitation. Must be another Aquarius. And they're going to make the first move, okay? They're manifesting, or maybe they're successful themselves. Or you have, like the Wizard, you have this hidden benefactor waiting to give you an invitation. And Ten of Cups again. Now you have two tens, which means a lucky break or a new job. But there's an agenda. There's like a romantic agenda attached to it. So, you know. Well, we know what the outcome is, right? Impatience, a feeling of unprotection. So, in your conscious mind, let's clarify the second Ten of Cups. What's this Ten of Cups in the conscious mind of Aquarius mean for them in the next 90 days? What's this Ten of Cups in the upright mean for Aquarius in the next 90 days? Ace of Bricks. Now, if you're talking about legacy, 3 aces mean health, wealth, and happiness. That's on your conscious mind. You want it all. You have big dreams and big goals. And you want ruby slippers that can take you anywhere just by clicking them. You know? I know that's a rudimentary interpretation, but it's a great reading. I love a go-getter energy like this, totally. Because it means that you don't settle. You don't settle for second best. You don't settle being the second choice. You only go, you're a winner who goes after winners and only surrounds themselves with winners who know what they want and have accomplished it. You know? There's no wishy-washy BS around you at all. Not at all. But the challenge is, I don't know if you have a big expense because you're trying to establish the legal foundation for a corporation or whatever, a business or whatever it is. And the challenge is to save money. Or the challenge is to be zen while you're doing it. Because the outcome, if you don't do nothing, is like an impatient energy. Now, when people are impatient, they tend to settle for the circumstances and try to hope that you want optimal circumstances, right? You don't want to cut corners. I think this is a very positive reading. You have the best reading out of them all, out of all the signs I've read for so far, and I only have Pisces ahead of you, right? I mean, left to do. I'm so tired. Anyway, thank you for that. Great reading. Let's get ultimate outcome. What's the ultimate outcome for Aquariuses in the next 90 days? What's the ultimate outcome of Aquarius's efforts at the end of 90 days from now? What's the ultimate outcome for Aquarius as a result of their efforts in the next 90 days? I keep thinking of that celebrity. So I don't know if this person is a player. Okay. And they used a tragedy in their life. They use, like, in order to bed people, they tell you they'll tell some sob story. So they're into mercy F's, basically. Such a weird strategy. They had the Six of Cups in the outcome. You're doing this because you want to be able to retire in a peaceful manner, which is a very different interpretation. Ultimate outcome, 3 of Wands. Now, in the upright, this is the Beetlejuice Tarot, right? She finds the book of the recently deceased. She goes through the doorway into the purgatory, right? And she ends up in a waiting room, and then she pulls the ticket for her turn, and it's like, you know, a long time. You might not have to wait long for your goals to start manifesting, which is amazing. Not going to happen quickly, but you're closer than you'll ever be, because the World card is the end of a cycle. So something is about to change. Maybe not in the next 90 days, maybe 120 days. I'm not making any forward-looking statements like that, but it looks very promising. What I'm saying is this isn't the Fool. This is the World. So you've already taken a massive amount of steps. It's a lot of cards. And here you have the Six of Wands in the upright. Victory. Okay. That's amazing. Now, do you have 3 sixes? 1, 2, on your goal or your ultimate goal of creating a legacy or making it big or whatever it is, right? Okay. Now we're going to read for Pisces. I may come back later in the day after a nap to do an all signs. And I know I have at least one private reading today for a long time client and friend. Okay. Now, I was almost pulled to, I was pulled to the Wizard's deck to do as a primary for Pisces, which is really different. Maybe it's because it's a Pisces eclipse today. So let's just follow the impulse. I don't like to change decks midstream, but I'm being pulled to do that for Pisces. So your primary pull will be from the Wizard of Oz Tarot. Thank you for the like. What's coming for Pisces in the next 90 days? What's coming up for Pisces in the next 90 days? What's coming for Pisces in the next 90 days? What's coming up for Pisces in the next 90 days? What's coming up for Pisces in the next 90 days? What's coming for Pisces in the next 90 days? I heard something, but I don't know if I should repeat it. Okay, remember I'm a double Virgo, double Pisces, so this reading is just as much for me as it is for you. Ooh. Truth be told, big reveal or a big victory or a big surgery, we have to clarify. But also like the Sword of Destiny, right? It has all of those meanings. Your challenge is the 9 of Pentacles in reverse. In the upright, see, she just went into the poppy field and she's about to be put under a spell. I don't know if your challenge is to, it's a Virgo card. I don't know if your challenge is to be less independent. I don't know. We have to clarify the challenge card too. The recent past that you're going to that's going to influence you in the next 90 days is the 2 of Brooms, which is the 2 of Wands. I don't know if you had to make a decision about a certain path. There was a fork in the road recently, and you had to choose one, okay? Which leads you to the Ace of Spades, which is also a new beginning, or it's also a big conversation. In your near future, you have the Empress card in reverse. Now, this is a woman or a man, because the opposite of a female is a male. Remember, this is like anti-M, right? In the upright, she's very stable. In reverse, there may be a man or woman in your life, because I don't think this is you, who's unstable, not as predictable. Could be someone who has some kind of hierarchy or hold over you in some way. Oh, yeah. This could be a wife if you're a dude. But if you're the Empress, you're thinking about the Emperor, which could be a husband. I know, this is a couple, right? The Empress is in reverse. You have the Emperor on your mind, or you want to display these qualities in the upright. Other people's influences on you in the next 90 days is either confusion or healing. This is a Three of Swords in reverse. Someone may be, I'm sorry, this is the subconscious. So this is your subconscious. You're either trying to heal or your subconscious is re-alchemizing due to new circumstances or new surroundings, or yeah, you're either healing or there's confusion. Because it's subconscious, I'm more apt to say healing, okay? Now, other people's influences on you is the Five of Brooms, which is the Five of Wands in the upright. Now, this is the scene in Wizard of Oz where the trees attack Dorothy and the group, right? Someone may be trying to get you out of a group. They're trying to create change and chaos in your life because they compete with you, or they're jealous of you, or they just don't like you, or whatever it is. Your state of being, okay, that you're going to carry with you is the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. I don't know if you'll be spending money on, or saving up, trying to save up a lot of money for a trip or relocation or what, but it's in reverse. Or you, because it's right next to the Empress, if we get the Justice card, this might be like a legal situation, right? You may feel like you're losing money, or you might be just trying to save money for a big trip or relocation. In your hopes, dreams, and fears position, you have the Kindred, which is Lover's card in reverse. I don't know if you're hoping for a love affair, okay, but most of the time this is a third party thing, right? Like an illicit love affair. But this is Dorothy, and where she feels blessed by the good witch Glenda, right? Glenda guides her. This is in your hopes, dreams, and fears position, so this isn't real. This is just you thinking about stuff. But of course, this is in your subconscious. That only time heals. It is under the Ace of Spears. In your outcome, you have the Page of Spears in the upright. Now, this is a student card. This is a communication card. This is a spine card. You know, this is also a mental idea or a new start in an idea. So let's clarify your Ace of Swords. We know that's the Sword of Destiny, a surgery, a big idea, an invention or inventive idea. It's the Sword of Truth, or it's a big conversation, right? So let's clarify, what does that card mean for you in the next 90 days? What's this Ace of Spears in the upright mean for Pisces in the next 90 days? What's this Ace of Spears in the upright mean for Pisces in the next 90 days? The Magician. You're wanting to take action on an idea, and you have the resources to do it. But somehow there's a loss of faith either in yourself or insecurities tied to a heartbreak, a recent heartbreak. This is already past. You're just thinking about it, right? And you might have to defend this idea to other people, especially a Aries, Gemini, Virgo, or another water sign, or an air sign. Now remember, your challenge is Nine of Pentacles. You wonder if something is an illusion or a fantasy. Because she's in a poppy field about to go to sleep. Or maybe you feel like you're under a spell. What's this Nine of Pentacles as Pisces challenge in the next... Hi, everybody. Thank you for being here. In the next 90 days. What is this Nine of Pentacles? In reverse mean for Pisces in the next 90 days. This card wanted to come out, so I'll flip that over in a second. Should I cut? I'm not getting an answer, so I'll just go ahead and cut. Your challenge is to end a chapter in your life. Or your challenge is to start a new one. And the one that wanted to come out was the Ten of Wands in reverse. You might not be able to do that until like around Christmas time. If you're in the States. And if you observe that. All the energy is there to support you in fighting off this challenge, but it might feel rough, you know what I mean? Truth is required, I heard. Now, I want to know why you feel like this. Ten of Bricks. Is that an actual loss, or if you're just spending money? What's the Ten of Pentacles or Bricks in reverse mean for Pisces in their state of being? What is this Ten of Pentacles in the reverse mean for Pisces in the state of their being? Next 90 days. I just saw the Eight of Wands and then I saw the Eight of Pentacles in my head. Have the Two of Cups in the upright. You might be spending a lot of money on a date or a soulmate. I mean, they look like they're getting married. But this is a dating card, right? It's a union. And the Ten of Pentacles turns into Ten of Cups, happiness. You might be getting engaged. This is a marriage card. This is a date. You might go from dating to marrying, like super quick. And you spend a lot of money to do it, maybe on the honeymoon. That's interesting. Because you're sitting and you're accepting your emotions. This is your state of being. Okay. Let's get the outcome. And then I probably want to do this one. This other people's influences on you. It's right underneath the state of being card, so maybe there's a group of at least 5 people who object to this action. What's this Page of Spears in the upright mean for Pisces? think I've gotten this message for you guys all year. Kind of different. Like you go from 0 to 100 in a relationship. So I don't know if you're making up with an emperor or empress, which may be a wife or a husband, or just someone who's empress-y like or emperor-like. I don't know. What's this? Take it how it resonates, whether you're a dude or a woman. What's this Page of Spears in the upright mean for Pisces and the outcome? 90 days. Now, Fools are new beginnings. Pages are new starts in something that already exists. Justice. You might be getting back with somebody in a marriage. But the Empress is in reverse, though. And the Emperor, so you're not on the same page. Or the Justice card signifies that you're making, because the flying monkeys were fast, right? In a relationship, it goes from 0 to 100. And maybe that's why the Lover's card is in reverse in the hopes, dreams, and fears. In other words, the Empress is not the wife, it's the mistress. You work fast. Okay, so what's this Five of Brooms? This is other people's influence on your situation. What's this Five of Wands in the upright mean for Pisces? Whoever this group is, they're not happy. They're being very territorial and possessive, possibly of you. But this could be the other person's family too. Or this could be a friend group going, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You just met them. Or whatever. We're like, dude, you're not supposed to, dude or dudette, you're not supposed to marry the Mr. or mistress, you know? Because honestly, if you're a Mr. or a mistress, you're a whore. And who wants to marry a whore? You know what I mean? This is Five of Brooms in the upright mean. Yeah, I'm not happy. Oh, yeah. They think you've already blown it. They think it's going to end up in a Three of Swords. And this is right across from the other Three of Swords. They think it will make your life messy. And they'll have to heal you in some way. They might even like physically stop you from doing this. That's crazy. Let's clarify the Empress, because that's... it kind of like doesn't feel like it fits. So let's see what happens with that. Like I can't tell if this reading is for a man or a woman because of the Emperor is in the upright and the Empress is in reverse. What's this Empress card in reverse mean for Pisces in regards to this reading in the next 90 days? What is this Empress card in reverse mean for Pisces in regards to this message in the next 90 days? I heard stop shuffling. Should I cut? Should I cut? No. Ace of Pentacles in the upright. You might go back to a partner. Oh, yeah. Or, you know, the Justice card in the upright, so that's a marriage card. Or a legal matter goes your way. Now, 2 aces as a tarot cluster mean a new partnership, so it is new. Possibly with an earth sign. Who your faith is restored in, or they you. No longer keeping you secret. It's a lot of cards. A lot of cards. You get the idea. Okay, well, that's an intense reading. Okay. Let's get the ultimate outcome. What's the ultimate outcome for Pisces at the end of 90 days from now? What's the ultimate outcome for Pisces at the end of 90 days from now? What's the ultimate outcome for Pisces at the end of 90 days? The Lovers card in reverse again. Now here, this couple, in the theme of the deck is important, okay? So you have to, this is an illicit love affair, right? Or it's a lover's choice that's hard to make. This is the ultimate outcome. Or, see how they were utilizing skills to scare off the family that had moved into the house, so they tried to appear scary, okay? Or scarier. It's duplicitous energy. But in the reverse, in this deck, it's like a gentle kind of energy. It's like the opposite. And then here you have the 9 of Pentacles, which is independence and being alone and all that. So this may be just like a whirlwind kind of love affair. You have the Ace of Swords in the upright. Again, so you have 4 aces, which is, can't read it. I hardly ever go 4 aces. An important, possibly reckless time. Lots of energy behind the combination, either positive or negative. It is positive reading. It's a lot of swords, man. I think you're getting married. If you're not married, you're getting married. Because you have the Justice card again. I'm going to see if I'm reading this right. Lovers card in the upright. Yeah. That's what it is. Okay, that's wild reading. All right. Well, congratulations, I guess. Well, thank you for joining me. I'm going to go take a nap. I'm going to eat, and then I'm going to take a nap, and then when I wake up, I got to do, you know, house cleaning and all that. Laundry, you know, the normal stuff that I should have done yesterday, but it was my birthday yesterday, so I literally did not go outside my house. I didn't step out the door. I didn't even open my front door yesterday. I just slept a lot. So maybe that's why I couldn't sleep last night. Anyway, I'm tired again, so I'm just going to go back to sleep. So I'll come back later in the day to do an all signs, okay? So thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. Mwah! Bye.